Hey there, beautiful beings. It's Charu here, and I wanted to hop on here today just to share a little bit about what's present and to, inspire you to trust this process in your own self. Because this spiritual path, I spoke the other day about not giving your power away to voices and stories and expectations that other people may be setting up and expressing as like the way things are or what to expect if you're on a spiritual path. And what's here today that is important to share is that it's difficult to explain, but essentially the reality of what you are, the reality of what I am, the reality of what life is one thing appearing as many things, right? So even though it looks like there's an individual person here, what there actually is a collection of experiences and history and thought and personality that present as an individual person. But what I am in reality is the totality of existence. Now, when I'm functioning from the belief that I am this separate person, in general, I'm going to experience life as hostile, because the experience of most people growing up is that life is in opposition to them. So when you hit this phase of the awakening process, it can be really challenging because your nervous system is hardwired to perceive what you are as hostile. So you can theoretically get caught, you could say, between a rock and a hard place, because the heart is saying realize what you are, and the nervous system is saying I am so not going there, because that way danger lies, like that is hostile to this separate individual that I perceive myself to be. So how to resolve this? How to work in a way with yourself that allows the reality of what you are to win, we could say, and resolves this conflict that what I am is hostile to me. So I can share a little about what I was doing this morning. I took a walk into the hills here and just laid on a rock, and I had to really deeply acknowledge that to my body and nervous system, I've set it up through my childhood experiences and adult choices to perceive this totality as hostile. And yet, when I let go in a quiet moment, obviously, in nature and safety, I can feel that what I am is not hostile. I can feel that what I am is seated in love, seated by love, but also is an expression of love. But within this, there's also a challenge, because in the perception of life as hostile, the human has experienced telling the truth as a dangerous thing. But when you flip it and become the one, telling the truth is what you are. Life knows what it is. Life can't hide itself from itself. So if somebody's being untruthful, even if they're unaware of it, life knows, because life is itself. And when you become life, when you let go of the perception that you're separate and become what you are, this truth telling, the truth knowing becomes unavoidable. And this also appears threatening to the one who has perceived for so long that her survival is primary, that that is the most important motivation. So I'm going to leave it here for right now. I'd love to hear your comments and questions below the video, and I'll pop back later or in the next couple of days to share a little more on this topic, but I think it's best just received in bite-sized chunks to make it digestible. I send you so much love. Namaste.